Are you the author of your own life, or just a character reading lines from a script someone else wrote for you? Take a hard, honest look at the person in the mirror. Is that person truly free? Every day you make choices, but are they your choices? Or are they just echoes of what you're supposed to want, supposed to believe, supposed to become? A path laid out for you by society, by tradition, by fear. What if I told you there's a philosophy so radical, so dangerously liberating? It offers a way to burn that script, a blueprint for self-creation, for forging a life of such meaning, you'd want to live it again and again, forever. This is the path of the Übermensch. The man behind this idea, Friedrich Nietzsche, wasn't the gloomy nihilist he's often painted as. He was a cultural physician, diagnosing a deep sickness in the heart of the modern world, the slow, comfortable death of the individual spirit. He saw people sleepwalking through life, following rules they never made and chasing dreams they never truly wanted. His work isn't a prescription for despair. It's a shocking, electrifying jolt to the system, designed to wake you up. But first, you must understand what you're up against. Nietzsche called it the herd. Picture a vast flock of sheep huddling together for warmth and safety. They follow the shepherd, they fear the wolf, they move as one. It's secure. But no single sheep chooses its own direction. This is herd morality. Society gives us a convenient, one-size-fits-all rulebook for life. Good is what's safe, obedient, and useful to the group. Evil is what's different, disruptive, and dangerously individual. We are taught this from day one. The comfort of the herd is a golden cage. You are safe, you are accepted, but you sacrifice your own sovereignty. You trade the terrifying freedom of the eagle for the predictable safety of the flock. To break free, you must first learn to destroy. Rule number 1. You must destroy to create. Imagine you're an artist with a block of marble. Before you can sculpt your masterpiece, you must violently chip away huge, unwanted chunks. Your life is that marble, and many of its truths are just excess stone. You have to take a philosophical hammer to every belief you hold sacred. Why do I believe this about success, about love, about morality? Is this my truth, forged in the fire of my own experience, or just a second-hand opinion I've been carrying around? This process is terrifying. It can feel like you're setting fire to the only home you've ever known. But it's not about ending up with nothing. It's about clearing the ground of rotten structures to build a skyscraper of your own design. Rule number 2, embrace suffering with a vengeance. Our entire culture is a conspiracy to eliminate discomfort. We want painless days, easy success, and lives free of struggle. Nietzsche would say this is the path to becoming a fragile, pathetic creature. His concept of amor fati, or love of fate, is the ultimate antidote. It doesn't mean just tolerating hardship. It means falling in love with it. Every setback, every moment of pain, every failure is a gift. It's the universe giving you the exact resistance you need to grow stronger. Don't wish for your problems to disappear. That's a prayer for weakness. Instead, become the person who is worthy of those problems. The abyss you fear falling into contains the treasure you seek. Your suffering is the fuel for your transformation. Rule number 3, become the master of your passions. For centuries, we've been told our passions are dangerous beasts to be caged or killed. Tame your ambition, suppress your desires, control your anger. Nietzsche saw this as a castration of the human spirit. The Übermensch doesn't kill the dragon, they learn to ride it. Your passions are the source of your greatest power. They are raw, chaotic energy. The herd is terrified by this energy, but the Creator harnesses it, directing its immense force toward a chosen goal. Think of a powerful river. Left unchecked, it floods and destroys, but dammed and channeled, it can power an entire city. Your task is to become the engineer of your own soul, turning inner chaos into a source of brilliant, creative light. Rule number 4, create your own table of values. This is the absolute core of the Overman. The herd has its list of virtues: humility, obedience, conformity. These values serve the group, keeping it stable and predictable. But do they serve you? The Overman performs what Nietzsche called a transvaluation of all values. They look at the world's definition of good and evil and have the courage to reject it. They forge their own moral compass based on what leads to growth, strength, and life affirmation. This is the most terrifying responsibility. It's easy to follow someone else's map. It's profoundly difficult to draw your own. But only the one who draws the map can choose their own destination. You become your own lawgiver. Rule number 5, live dangerously. Nietzsche's secret for a fruitful and joyful life was a single, terrifying command: live dangerously. He didn't want us to seek safety in quiet valleys. He told us to build our cities on the slopes of a volcano. The pursuit of a long, comfortable, safe life is the enemy of a great life. Growth is impossible without risk. The tightrope walker only learns balance by risking the fall. The Overman actively seeks challenges that push them to their absolute limit. Ask yourself, what is the biggest, most terrifying goal you could pursue? What's the conversation you're afraid to have? What's the leap of faith you know you need to take? Your fear isn't a stop sign. It's a compass pointing you exactly where you need to go. Rule number 6, weaponize solitude. In our hyper-connected world, solitude is seen as a problem to be solved. We are terrified of being alone with our own thoughts. But for Nietzsche, solitude is an essential weapon for self-creation. The constant noise of the crowd, the marketplace, drowns out your own inner voice. It fills your head with trivialities and other people's opinions. Only by deliberately stepping away can you begin to hear your own truth. Solitude is not loneliness. It is a sacred space. It is the laboratory where you conduct experiments on yourself. It is the silent temple where you discover your own God. You must leave the herd to find yourself. Rule number 7, reject corrosive pity. This is perhaps Nietzsche's most misunderstood and brutal idea. He made a sharp distinction between true compassion and what he saw as toxic pity. Pity for him was a celebration of weakness. When you pity someone, you look down on them, confirming their helplessness. When you pity yourself, you surrender your power. You choose to wallow in misery instead of using it as fuel. Pity is an acid that dissolves the will to act. The Overman doesn't offer a shoulder to cry on endlessly. Instead, they offer a hand up, a challenge. They respect others and themselves too much to let them remain in a state of weakness. They demand strength because they know it is possible. Every day is a new battlefield. The enemy is your own laziness, your procrastination, your fear, your desire for comfort. The person you were yesterday is your direct competitor. Your only goal is to be stronger, wiser, and more in command of yourself than you were 24 hours ago. This is a joyful struggle. It's the pleasure a sculptor feels with each strike of the chisel, knowing they are revealing a more beautiful form. Each victory over your lesser self is a step towards true mastery. Rule number 9. Use the eternal recurrence as your ultimate test. This is Nietzsche's most powerful thought experiment. Imagine a demon appears and tells you that you will have to relive your entire life, exactly as it happened, an infinite number of times. Every single joy, every agonizing pain, every boring Tuesday afternoon, every mistake, every triumph, on an endless loop forever. Would this news crush you? Would you curse the demon for this eternal prison? Or would you be able to look that demon in the eye and say, "You are a god, and I have never heard anything so divine"? The goal is to live with such purpose, integrity, and joy that the thought of eternally repeating your life becomes the ultimate reward. If your current life fails this test, change it now. Finally, rule number 10, the culmination of everything. Become who you are. It sounds like a paradox. How can you become what you already are? But we are not born as our true selves. We are born as raw potential, buried under layers of social conditioning. Think of yourself as a seed. That seed contains the blueprint for a mighty oak tree, but it is not yet the tree. It needs the right conditions. It needs to struggle through the soil to reach for the light. Your life is that process of becoming. This is the ultimate command. To have the courage to shed every mask, to discard every borrowed identity, and to align your actions with your deepest, most authentic nature. It is the integration of all your parts, the dark and the light, into one powerful, whole individual. These 10 rules are not a self-help checklist for a happier life. They are a declaration of independence for your soul. They are a difficult, steep, and often lonely path. They demand that you take absolute, 100% responsibility for your own existence. On the other side is the Übermensch, the self-creator. Most people are too afraid to even step onto the rope. They huddle on one side, never risking the journey. The journey is about walking that rope. It's about seeing your life not as something that happens to you, but as your single greatest work of art. You have been given the marble, the chisel, and the hammer. The masterpiece you create is entirely up to you. This is the heaviest weight, and also the most glorious freedom. So I will ask you again, with the full weight of this challenge behind it. Now that you have the tools, now that you see the abyss and the rope stretched across it, are you the author of your own life? Or are you just a character in a story written by ghosts? The script is in your hands now. The next line has not been written. The choice, now and for all of your eternal recurrences, is yours.